Hey, welcome to How To Videos Unlimited. I wanted to do a video today, a different type of video that explains or just talks about the car chip shortage that we're having right now. I know a lot of folks are asking how come the prices are so high right now at all the different auctions, and just in general, car prices have gone up tremendously. And I found a really cool video that I came across that just kind of explains why the car chip shortage is having an impact on car sales. So I'm going to show a video and then we'll kind of hash it out and discuss what it means as far as car dealers or anybody that's interested in buying and selling cars.
The coronavirus pandemic dealt a harsh blow to the automotive industry in 2020, but sales snapped back. Now the auto industry faces another huge problem: shortage of chips essential for countless functions throughout cars, trucks, and SUVs. Companies in an array of industries are vying for the precious supply of microchips that are disproportionately produced by a small pool of manufacturers. Early in the pandemic, automakers cut production, and this is the resulting shortage. Chipmakers diverted their supply chains to feed industries not hit as hard by the stay-at-home orders that kept car buyers away from dealerships. And automakers are finding they have been pushed to the back of the line. Industry analysts say the shortage could cost around $60 billion for the industry as a whole. Some of the world's largest makers have cut production of even their most popular vehicles and said the crisis will hit their earnings.
In the short term for the industry, there isn't a great one.
Modern cars are far more technologically complex than their forebears. Today's vehicles need chips for nearly everything: engine control units, transmission control, brakes, steering, infotainment systems, and safety tech, such as sensors and backup cameras.
It's not just that you're adding big screens and you've got an electric car and that you have all these ADAS and collision avoidance features and Bluetooth and everything else. Things as conventional as the temperature sensor, right, that tells you what the temperature is outside, and your headlamps all have aspects of this. They have computers running small modules that didn't exist 10, 15 years ago.
Customers increasingly want cars that offer high-tech features that require complex hardware and software. There is a staggering number of chips in even the most rugged vehicles.
There can be thousands of chips in a vehicle. It really depends on how highly contented it is.
Early on in the pandemic, auto sales slowed dramatically. In March 2020, when stay-at-home measures began taking effect, new vehicle sales in the U.S. fell 38.4% compared to March 2019. The overall drop for the quarter, including the 2 previous months when customers are still mostly going about their lives, saw a more modest decline of 12.7% compared to Q1 of 2019. But soon after that, sales began to snap back. By May, sales were down just 30% over the same month in the previous year, and in June by only 26.7%. Automakers have been setting up war rooms to evaluate how they can rectify the shortages or what engineering decisions they need to make to build as many of the most profitable vehicles they can. Different industries use different types of chips, and the automotive sector has its own specific needs. Chips for cars need to be durable and long-lasting. That means a lot of automotive industry chips are legacy chips, meaning they tend to be older designs. That's a problem for automakers.
Those legacy chips aren't as profitable for the semiconductor industry. So when they're balancing out, who to provide chips for and who to maybe, let wait a little bit.
So that was just kind of like an overview of what's going on right now. And so one of the things that I'm finding is just the prices, I do a lot of videos on Manheim. That's the car dealer auction that I like the best, and it's the biggest and most popular one. That just the prices where there's just profit margin on some of these vehicles that are being sold is very small, very thin profit margin. So if there's any capital expenditures, anything that needs to be fixed on the vehicle, you're probably not going to make a profit, maybe break even. So what I'm finding the best way to do that, to actually still make a profit in this industry during the heightened price of used cars right now, because it's more expensive to go and get brand new vehicles because there's just a low inventory. So a lot of folks are starting to resort to getting used vehicles. I still feel like the best way to get cars, you don't make your money when you sell. So even though right now you could sell prices for very high, you make your money when you buy. So if you're buying vehicles with a very thin profit margin, you're not going to make that much money. So your best bet to get vehicles under market value is to run like a funnel, create a website website and do like, cash for cars, or we buy junk cars, or, buying one of those domain names, and do a lot of Google SEO, so search engine optimization. So if anybody types in whatever city that they live in, if they type in, I want to sell my junk car or old vehicle, a lot of people just don't want to deal with having to, list their vehicle for sale on Craigslist or OfferUp or autotrader.com. They just want to get rid of it. I've even seen folks that donate vehicles to like Goodwill, but if you create some type of portal and you offer, very low prices, and it's basically just you're going to take it off their hands, you're going to take care of all the paperwork, you're going to bring the the tow truck if it needs towing, or just make their life simpler and easier. People are willing to let go of vehicles just to get it out of their driveway, to get it off their, in front of their house. They want it gone. They're tired of the oil leaking on their driveway concrete, or they're tired of it being an eyesore. The neighbors, complaining about the vehicle just sitting in their driveway. So that would be my recommendation, to kind of circumvent until these chips are starting to get more, available, to then increase the new vehicles, where then more folks won't be fighting over the used vehicles. And it's not even just with the auto industry. I'm seeing that within just like TV remote controls. My kids are obsessed with YouTube and just, watching TV, and they're constantly holding that remote control like it's, they're like their life depends on it, and they'll drop it 5 times a day. They'll be jumping around excited watching a gamer on YouTube, or a video game on YouTube, and they drop the control, it breaks. We order a new one on Amazon and it takes 3 months to get there, get to the house. It's just because there's a chip shortage. And so, as I indicated, the best way right now is to go out and put in some offers, or create some type of website to help alleviate the problem folks are having, the ones that have used vehicles and they just don't want to deal with the, test driving or having random people come to their house to buy, private vehicles. And you might find actually better prices doing that right now than you would going to the auction. So I don't want to discourage you guys from going to auctions. I still think there's deals out there. You're just going to have to go on a more consistent basis in order to get those good deals and put in more offers. The more offers, it's just a numbers game. The more offers you put in, the, more likely that you are going to get a good deal. So there are definitely deals still be made at the auctions. And that's why I still put out these videos. I put out 2 videos a week. I usually do one where it's the actual post-sales results from Manheim, so you can see the exact prices of what people are paying, so you get an average and an idea of what folks are paying for certain, makes, models, and years on the cars. And then I also put out a live simulcast auction video, so you guys can see the process as well. And then I try to do some of these different educational, but that was just some of the questions that I've been getting recently, was how come the prices are so high right now? And it's just because there's a chip shortage, and the chip shortage has been going on for a couple of years now due to the pandemic, and they're just not producing as many chips. And as you saw, the video highlighted that these cars nowadays just have thousands of different chips on pretty much every component of the vehicle. They require some sort of chip. So we're going to keep seeing that until they start making more of these chips. And I know some of these natural resources are starting to kind of diminish, and hopefully they come up with new types of chips, or new types of natural resources that we can build these chips with, so that way we don't get squeezed out of the industry. So definitely wanted to just do a quick video about that. Hopefully that kind of answers some of the questions as why the prices are so high, but trust me, they will start to come back to normal soon, I hope. Definitely drop some comments as far as what you're seeing out there in different parts of the United States, some of the different ideas that you have to get better prices on vehicles. Let's all help each other out. Definitely hit that like, comment, subscribe. Till the next video, take care.